Hey, what's happening everyone? It's Dealer Destro back with another Modern Era G.I. Joe video. And for this video, I got a request from one of the Facebook groups, dude I know named Ruben, requested that we start taking a look at some October Guard figures, so I figured since I'm through most of the new stuff, why not oblige? So for this video, we're going to be looking at the October Guard Horror Show. And this was part of, I want to say, the 2011 set, 2012 set. I don't know, I don't have the box in front of me right now, but nonetheless, this was part of Operation Bear Trap. It was basically October Guard versus Iron Grenadiers. I want to say Voltar was heading up the Iron Grenadier unit with some trench coats. So yeah, so that's this guy. He comes with, as per the usual for a club offering, file card, and there's that. I did not get around to taking these out of the package, and I don't plan on doing so, so hopefully that shows through pretty good on the video. And there's the artwork for the card, and I must say, that looks nice. So I like that this is one of the more extensive file cards, and let me just get out here to make sure I got it all captured for you guys. This is one of the more extensive ones, and I'm a fan of when they, you know, break it out into at least 2 paragraphs, and then they got, like, you know, they got the quote here at the bottom like we're accustomed to seeing with some of the older figures. So there's that. So I'll get this stopped. We'll get him off. We'll get this moved to the side. Take a look at what he comes with. So really nothing new, and maybe for the time it was new, but really nothing new. I mean, we've seen this gun before. Again, it's cast in a flat gray, great attention to detail, line work is all there. Unlike some of my non-club offerings, I won't be doing anything to this, because in the event that I find myself having to sell stuff, you know, I definitely want to get max return on these. And this set is not cheap. I was fortunate enough to get it off the club store when they had it in stock. I did not attend this show, which, you know, that's kind of a bummer because it's a Destro themed show and I wasn't there. But anyway. There's his backpack. I want to say this was new for the time, perhaps. Maybe still is. I don't know. But then you got the nice October Guard star stamped right on there. So there's that. And then let's, I guess, getting into the figure itself. Oh, my apologies. Apparently he also comes with a knife or a dagger, depending on your preference. And it pegs right back into the vest there. So I want to say for the time, vest was new. Not sure if this has been rehashed. This looks like it could be, this looks like this could have been leveraged for the new Iron Grenadier vest. But again, not sure. And actually, I'm looking, let's peel this back. Okay, it is 2 pieces. I thought the skirt might have been molded onto this, but it's not. So anyway, so not sure what's going on with the camera. New head sculpt, looks phenomenal. You got the October Guard star stamped on there. The helmet is nicely sculpted with nice detail. For the jacket here, you got some gold accents. You got the gold shoulder pad, breaking this up. Paint did get a little crazy along the collar there, but what are you gonna do? He's got brown to match the helmet on his shoulder pads. He comes with, like, they just threw one of these little strap thingies over him, I guess, just to kind of break the figure up a little bit. He's got great gold accented paint on the elbows, and on the bands here, it looks like maybe like a lighter beige to match what's on the front of the vest here. Looking at the legs, perhaps these were painted. Actually, I know these were painted because there's the where they didn't make it clean. So maybe the boot was painted and these were cast. Let's get in here and take a look. Okay, so these were cast this color. Boots were painted black. So a little bit of a miss there. I can't really complain though. These are the Night Adder's legs, I want to say. Maybe the lower legs. Not sure what the upper legs are from. I've never really taken a look at these figures in great detail. I kind of just took them out of the box, put them behind glass, and there they have sat. So yeah, great paint apps on the face. The eyes and the eyebrows are painted crisp. I'm talking, this is like sharp as a tack, tiger's claw, whatever you want to say. Just, you know, man, Why am I thinking this was used before? I'm gonna have to bounce this up against one of the newer Iron Grenadiers because the collar and everything, it's shoulder pad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they ended up using this for the later heavy Iron Grenadier vests. Not sure if for the time this was new, but lot of brand new head sculpts that I've never seen before on this set, and I must say the whole set as a whole looks phenomenal standing on a shelf. So you got your knee pads, they are cast in this green, and we know that because it kind of breaks up the back of the leg here and the joints. As far as articulation goes, that's about all you're going to get for the shoulders because the shoulder pads. Let's see here. So elbow, and I'm gonna try not to manhandle this like I usually do because I don't want anything to snap. Because like I said, these figures are a tad pricey to replace. But since the sculpt is kind of bulky, the elbow tends to flare out here and here as well. Legs, you get next to nothing. Like, don't plan on putting this guy in a vehicle because this skirt hinders any sort of leg articulation you would have normally got. As far as the double joint, that's pretty much all you're going to get. Because again, this rear skirt here it prevents any sort of movement, so you really don't get to utilize. Does incorporate the double knee joint, but you really don't get to utilize it. Feet, you get down all the way to there, up. You get no up. So I mean, you kind of do, but I'm not. No, it's to the point where I'm not going to count it as you got it. But left and right on the ankles, no problems there. Head, you get a good side to side. Wow, that was a first. Anyway, so I mean, I guess it's that's not really on there, but that's fine. You know, it's not going to fly off there, but so I guess good left, good right when it doesn't pop off. Unlike some of the other figures, you do get a slight nod, so you can have him kind of, looking down, take some shots where he's looking down at maybe some of his fallen foes. But yeah, outside of that, that's really it for this figure. So I will get him geared up again, and then we'll come back and have some final discussion on him. All right, so there he is, all geared up. Couple things with this guy. He does not hold his position on a stand that well, and I want to say it's because you can't really get the A stance because this front bit of business here kind of prevents it. And he's got kind of like the Saint-eyed, crooked eye lean going on here. I don't know how else to describe that. Also, the dagger is a problematic point because it doesn't fit the sheath quite as snug as you'd want it to. So if you're like me and you've displayed this for months, I guess we've probably been in our house a little under a year. So I've had this guy out for like right under a year, and I totally spaced that was on there. So from transporting him to the glass room into the studio here, if I would have dropped that knife, I probably would have never known it was there until we got to the review and I saw that was missing, and then it would have drove me nuts. So just a quick heads up on that. As far as secondary market prices go on these guys, these dudes do fetch some coin. They really do. I want to say I've seen these guys hovering anywhere between $60 and $80 a piece. And again, I think it's because a lot of these figures had brand new, never before used parts or seen parts up to this point in the game. And I guess collectors tend to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when it's, when you're bringing that kind of stuff to the table. Also, I mean, this set is very reminiscent of a time where there was little QC. You didn't have to worry about what you were getting. Unlike the last couple sets where I got paint peeling out of the joints because, instead of casting parts, they want to paint over joints, etc. And that becomes problematic at this scale. Marvel Legends scales, 6-inch scale, 12-inch scale, that probably works. But for this scale, it tends to not work out as well. So yeah. So all in all, solid figure. I don't know that me personally, I mean, I paid club price for the set, and that's probably as high as I would be willing to go. If you find someone, because I mean, This set was on sale at the show for like, man, I want to say like 9 bills, 9 hundo for the set. Well, when this came out, this was like 350, 375 on the club website. So that shows you kind of the appreciation value of this set. And again, because the October Guard is such a niche set, you probably, like, Hasbro probably won't touch those. Like, they gave us Red Star on the 25th, and that was it. The club gave us all the rest. Even the single carded, I want to say, maybe his name was Dragon Sky and Big Bear. I don't know. Sorry if I got those wrong. Anyway, so yeah, so that's my final thoughts on this figure. All in all, rock solid figure. Aside from the fact that he's problematic sitting, holding his pose on a stand, he won't sit in a vehicle, and the dagger does tend to be a little flimsy in the sheath there. But again, outside of that, great head sculpt, great paint apps where it's applied. All in all, rock solid figure for this scale. So hope you guys found this video informative. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, because there's plenty more videos coming down. We're going to be taking a look into some archives. I just recently procured a couple smaller vehicles that I want to do some videos on. So lots more coming down. So stay tuned. Hope you guys take care. Till next time, catch y'all on the flip side.